Welcome back people, today we're going to be taking a look at everything new in the Fireteam 0.2 update. We're going to be covering all the new features, bug fixes and changes, but to start off we're going to be taking a look at the new game mode, Advanced and Secure. This game mode works off a progressive system where you capture and hold points, moving closer and closer to the enemy, where you'll then end up fighting over objectives, and it's a lot of fun. There is a little more to it than the previous conquest mode. First off, defense is a lot more important now, as the enemy will only be focused on that one objective closest to them that you possess. As to capture your others, they need that one. So not only is the map a walking simulator, when you die your team will lose a ticket. Not only when you die, but also when other things happen, like the things listed on screen now, your team will lose points. Before we continue, please just read through these last few points on the new game mode, and remember that this, like all that I cover in this guide, will not always be applicable to your use and how you're playing. I also know there are other mechanics in the game mode which I haven't covered, but you can discover them yourself, eh? Well then, the next thing to cover is the new map, Khushdel Kalay. It's a map based off an area in Afghanistan with lots of large open fields and tight confined compounds. Most of these compounds make up the objectives on the map, which bear in mind aren't always active and around because of that AES layer system we spoke about earlier, but with the layout you will find yourself in some very long range engagements with a lot of back and forth on objectives, as well as some very tight engagements that usually end up in some sort of squad wipe, which is not very fun. To come along with Khushdel Kalay, the Canadian Armed Forces are the new faction being added with their own weapons from 2014 and an actually quite effective desert camo too. CAF will be in rotation with the USMC and any future Blue 4 factions, plus the insurgents are being reintroduced as well, which I'm quite looking forward to playing some more. Before we move on to discuss anything else, let's take a look at some of the new weapons. I decided not to include the insurgent weapons as we have seen them before, and there's quite a few of them. Another big part of this update is the improvements to the command system. The Fireteam leader now has a new menu which is accessed via the middle mouse button, and it lets you place a move, observe, attack and defend marker. There's also a new way to place rallies. Something I absolutely adore about the new update is the new sounds. With the new gun sounds, headshot sounds, injury sounds, and just the ambience in general, I do think it takes the game to a whole nother level. I think we can safely say those 4+ sound overhauls Drummers done for version 0.2 were well worth it, eh? Moving on to the more minor things, here are some of the more noticeable bug fixes coming with 0.2. Ammo bags will not disappear on placement, explosives no longer reset suppression, and a big one, rallies cannot spawn under the map anymore. Please bear in mind you're still going to find bugs in the game, but if you do find one, head over to the Discord and report it there, checking the bug tracker first of course. We've also had some quality of life changes, such as going prone automatically upon revive. Suppression system has been heavily revamped and buffed, and I'm very pleased with it. It is a lot more effective now. New suppression sounds for, I quote, added pant soiling. And things like projectiles which are on the ground will now despawn too. So I think that's going to be all from me today. There's plenty more for you to discover about the update, but this video hopefully giving you a basic idea of what you're going to be running into in 0.2. If there is anything else major though, I'll make sure I leave it in the pinned comment down below. But with that, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.